Well, wasn't that some nice music? Here I'm going to show you just some parts that I used to build this hydroponic system. There's a battery, you seen a pump there, tape, the solar panel of course, chemicals, expensive, yes. Some of the stuff I didn't even use, I bought too much, which was kind of a waste. The seed starting kit, good for next year, is on sale. pH tester. I'm just using 4-inch drainage pipe and drilled some holes in the top, capped off either end. And you can see in here I already got one of the fittings screwed in to the bottom. That's where the pump's going to pump in the water and fill it up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The first time I did that it sprayed everywhere, so I had to cover it with that. I'm just testing the pump here. Turns on and you can see the water filling up. It fills up really quick. That drainage pipe came in 10-foot length, so I decided cut it in 5 foot, and I was just going to use the one 5-foot length, but I seen how well it pumped, so I decided I'd end up using both 5-foot lengths. And you can see when I turn the pump off that the water will drain from the pipe back into the reservoir just by its own. So that's that, but it will need an overflow to stop it from when it pumps too much. You don't want it spilling out everywhere, so you put in an overflow. You'll take a look at that later on, and it drains back into the reservoir. The timer system to operate the pump. Originally I thought I could do it with something like that, but that's a 120 volt timer, and I'm running a 12 volt system, so that wouldn't work. Even though the current's going through now, the power isn't enough to actually get for the timer to function. So my solution is here. These are thermostats, and they work with 12 volt systems. So that's what I'm using to turn on and off everything. Here's the fan. You'll see I'll turn down the temperature to cool it. You'll hear a click, bunk, and then the fan will turn on. So I'm going to have fans in my hydroponic greenhouse that I'm going to build for it. And then the other thermostat will operate the pump. But unfortunately with this thermostat I only get 4 settings per day I can program to. And here you'll hear a click and the pump will turn on. 4 per day that I can program it to. And so that means only 2 feed cycles per day. So I might break down and actually buy a 12 volt timer, even though they are expensive. But there you can see that that's all working. And the same thing to shut it off. I turn off the heater and it shuts off the fan and everything works. Here's just another look at it. There's the second 5-foot length of 4-inch. There's a little splitter on that connection, so the pump will now fill up both tubes with water. And it worked pretty good. You can see that one's filling, the other one's filling. This one's draining right now because I don't have the overflow properly in place, and works like a charm. And then I got that guy at Walmart, just a wireless remote thermometer, so I can tell what the temperature is in there. Everything drains, everything pumps right, so it's all looking good. Here I'm in the garage. I'm going to build a little stand for the tubing, and just notched it out there with the jigsaw.